You trashed them. And I'm going to tell you why you probably shouldn't do that. What's going on? So, funny episode today, really more like a check-in. All right, I'm having to downgrade. Yes, I'm having to downgrade in order to upgrade. And this is a peculiar situation that you may find yourself in when you're doing the things like I'm doing and other people are doing. We've already got the car built. It's up to a certain status, but then we decide to change up a bunch of shit. And then what happens is you're gonna go back in for paint. You're gonna go back in for this. What do you have to do? Shit. You gotta go find old parts like this. Why? Because you changed your suspension to air, and you trashed these. Okay, you trashed them. And I'm gonna tell you why you probably shouldn't do that. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna tell you that. So I'm gonna get these things loaded up on the workbench, and then we're gonna talk about it. So here we go. I got all the shocks. All right, now I'm gonna take the bags off of this car. Technically in, ugly phase right now. These bags are gonna come off. I'm gonna put these on there for a very good reason. Just also finished doing an install video that is on the Instagram page for the steering wheel, okay? And I got a bunch of other parts coming, actually bigger parts coming. So as we get further into this, bigger parts are starting to show up. Shipments from Japan and everywhere else are starting to kind of come along, but I guess if you wait 8 to 9 months, shit should come along. So, belay that shit. But anyway, these were difficult to find because at this point in time, it is almost impossible to find an Acura Integra in a pull-apart yard, at least in my area and surrounding areas. I mean, if you look on some of these sites that are selling these junk cars that come in repossessed, or not repossessed, but seized or impounded, I mean, they're going for almost $3 to $4 grand for the car, but it's in perspective because, I mean, a GSR motor is going for $3 or $4 grand. So if you get a GSR shell, what would you expect? But anyway, we got a lot of other things that I have in that we're going to do videos on. This particular video is just going to be on these and why I'm doing that. And it's because when this car gets ready to go to paint, I don't want to have the shop adjusting and keeping power on the car to work the air suspension system. Plus, there are things that I want to do to the inside of the vehicle to actually get it ready for the updates in the interior. So with that being said, the interior parts of the interior are going to come out. The roll cage is going to come out. The air suspension is going to come out, and I'm going to go ahead and redo that air suspension system, the roll cage, everything else. And plus, I'm considering a full out all paint, having the windows removed and all the other stuff. I had it done before, but the painter who did it did not remove the interior and do the inside of the car painted as well. And I'm really thinking I want to do that. I saw a cool ass trick that I'm going to show you all from Humble Performance. Big shout out to Alex and them. They were on the podcast episode. If you're not familiar with the podcast episode, it's wolfpackperformance.podbean.com. You can check out the podcast. We talk to all types of people leading in the industry. Ryan from YY, big shout out to him. Spencer, MPC. A lot of people are coming on the podcast. Like, we're doing big things at Wolfpack. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget the merch. Just build a t-shirts, all of that good stuff. So we're going to end up doing a video uninstalling the air suspension and putting these on, which might help some of you out with installing your air suspension. If you see one taken out, you kind of know what you have to go back through and do. So with that being said, this is just a check-in video to kind of let you all know what's going on. I'm not going to stay on too long. We are going to come back with several other videos for several other parts that we have in that are brand new, not old, that you want to see, some customizable stuff, and some things that are really fucking cool that I'm doing to add more personal touches to the vehicle. So other than that, you know what I always say, just build it. I'm out. Peace. For some reason on a Sunday, I was going to sit, eat cookies, and watch football, but my wife found a way for me to do yard work. So I'm going to do some yard work.